friends, Elizabeth from WholeFamilyHealthy.com here. Today we're going to make plantain chips. So who doesn't love chips, that crunchy, salty snack? Well, packaged tortilla chips or potato chips or any other kind of chip is made with an oil that is high in omega-6 fatty acids. And that would include like your sunflower seed oil, safflower oil, corn oil, canola oil, soybean oil, those kinds of oils. So by making them at home, you can use coconut oil. That's what I use to make my chips. So here's just a jug of coconut oil, and I already have it in my little fryer here. Let's see if we can show you. So there it is. It's filled up with the coconut oil, and I reuse it each time. I just let it cool off and then strain it and put it back in the jar. So coconut oil is a good fat. You can use avocado oil. That's also a good fat for frying as well. When you do fry with the coconut oil, you are going to take on some of the flavor from the coconut oil. So avocado oil would be a better choice if you don't want the little bit of flavor of the coconut oil. So omega-6, when you have a balance, you want a balance of omega-3s and omega-6s, and usually the American diet is like this in omega-6 and in this in omega-3s. So, you know, that causes inflammation, it causes heart disease, and all kinds of other illnesses. So without further ado, we're going to make some yummy plantain chips. And this plantain is actually getting on, starting to turn yellow. So the greener the plantain, the better and crispier they're going to be. Once your plantains start getting spots, so they start turning yellow, they're going to get a lot sweeter. So you want as green as possible. I actually bought these yesterday, and they were pretty green. And I think taking it off of the store shelf just made them yellow up pretty quick. So what I have here is I have my fryer with the coconut oil. I have a plate here with just a couple paper towels for when I'm done. I have my sea salt to, to season the plantains. And then I have my plantains, I have a sharp knife, and then I have a spoon to get those out, and my food processor. So on the food processor, I have this blade here. We don't need the inside blade, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. But here is the slicing blade. So you see right here, this is the blade that you want to use. So we put that up. We have that in there. And then I put the top back on. So here is how I slice my plantains. I like to cut the tops of them off, or the ends of them off, I guess. So I cut both ends of them off. And then I like to run my knife down the side of the plantain. Just like that. So then you kind of have a little vehicle to get your spoon in. So then you take the spoon and you just slide it in where you just cut it. And you just slide along that line. I guess I didn't cut it very well. There we go. So you can tell when they're greener, the greener they are, the harder they're gonna be to open. So then I just use my spoon. Let's see if I can get a better view. And I just pry it open like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this. And another reason why that I like to use plantains is you get some great potassium and vitamins and minerals that that you wouldn't get from like say like a corn tortilla chip. So you also have the vitamins from the plantains as well. So here's my plantain all peeled, and it's all ready. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the food processor. I think we're all ready to go. And I have that slicing blade in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and slice it up really quick. There we go. A lot faster than using a knife. So then I just take these out. And we have our oil all ready. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I just drop them in one at a time. And they'll start bubbling up for you. So I have my oil set to 400 degrees right now. And it'll cool down once I get the plantains in there. So you don't want to overcrowd it. You usually put in, you know, maybe one whole plantain at a time. So you watch that. They'll cook up pretty quick. And I also have, I use this little strainer that I left all the way over here on the other side of the kitchen. I just use this little thing. A lot of the fryers come with baskets that I started to use when I first started making these chips. But then I realized that it was just easier to pour the oil in and have and just use this little stainless steel strainer. So while these cook up, you know, I just kind of move them around in the oil, and it doesn't take them very long at all. And what you're looking for is you're just looking for them to start browning, and then you can just take them out and put them on your plate and season them up. So let me grab, I'm going to set you down for a minute, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these out. So here we go. Here are our plantain chips. And they've just slightly gotten brown on the edges.